Welcome to Book Time. The program is brought to you by Vision FM with me, Kabiru Musa Jammaje. Today we are going to be listening to a speech by Kabiru Musa Jammaje. The speech was delivered last Monday during a graduation dinner organized by Assad English Academy. Listen attentively, please.
Brothers and sisters, the graduates and their teachers, there are people who accompanied me to this great occasion. Balarabe Murtala Baharu is a director in Kannywood. We came here together. He is the one who directed the film In Search of the King. I've been accompanied by teachers from Jammaje English Academy and also Farooq Sayedi, Babar Rasaki of Dadunkowa, Malam Faisal, Malam Kaua, and many more. My topic is the benefits of studying literature. The presentation is on my phone, so I'm sorry that I can't share with you any piece of paper. Before we talk about the benefits of studying literature, we need to define the term literature. There are multiple definitions of literature. In other words, the definitions of literature are countless. But one of the easiest definitions is the one that says, literature refers to pieces of writing that are valued, especially novels, plays, and poems. Pieces of writing that are valued, especially novels, plays, and poems. This definition comes from the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. And there is another famous definition from Plato, a Greek philosopher. He says, literature is the mere imitation of life. Let me now turn for a moment, if I may, to present to you 12 benefits of studying literature. 12. But quickly, we have to be quick. Benefit number 1. Literature makes you think deeply. It makes you think deeply. Needless to say, for example, when you lay your hands on a text, on a novel, for example, there are characters in that novel. There are people in that story. And those people are called characters. You need to think about them. You need to understand them. You need to see what they like and what they don't like. You need to understand their behavior. Some characters are honest and straightforward, while others are dubious. Then the plot of the story. You can't have a story without a plot. Some plots are linear, just straightforward, while other plots are complex and complicated. So if a plot is complicated, you have to use your gray matters for you to understand that plot. And then the issue of themes. When we say themes, we mean the lessons that the text or the author wants you to get from the work. You can't understand the lessons of a text if you don't think deeply. So literature makes us think critically, just like the way mathematics makes us do. Benefit number 2, quickly. Literature exposes you to unknown places and societies. For example, when you read the novel Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, you will be able to know how the impoverished citizens of London lived their lives in the 19th century. When you read Black Boy by Richard Wright, you will see how black Americans suffered in America. When you read 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, you will be exposed to the Colombian society. Just 2 days ago, we watched a movie here called Avatar. Avatar exposes the viewer to an unknown planet, a new planet called Pandora. So, literature exposes you to the unknown. Number 3, literature motivates people to read widely. It motivates people to read widely. Millions of books have been published. Novels, plays, poems, travelogues, biographies, autobiographies, memoirs. So you have a wide range to choose from. If a particular text does not catch your fancy, one will definitely do. So because there is a wide range to choose from, you will always have something to read. I am fascinated by this quotation. Read until you can't imagine the number of books you read. Professor Saleh Abdu once told us that before you write a single poem, make sure that you read at least 100 poems. Before you write a single story, make sure that you read at least 100 stories. Benefit number 4 is the one that says, literature inspires people to write. Literature inspires people to write. Because when you read a lot, when you consume a lot, you feel the urge to also produce. So when you read and read and read, you feel the urge, you feel the motivation to also write. And that's why a scholar says, good writers tend to be good readers. Number 5, literature improves our communication skills. We all know the communication skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These are the 4 communication skills. So when you immerse yourself in literature, automatically these 4 communication skills will be improved. For example, when you watch a lot of movies, definitely when you come to speak, your speech is going to be powerful and effective and fluent. When you read a lot and there is the need for you to write something, you will see that you have produced something effective, something powerful, and something enviable. And we all know that even children have their own literature. That is what we call children's literature. For example, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. If you want to teach children basic reading, you can expose them to children's literature. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, for example, or The Pied Piper of Hamelin, or Harry Potter. So the best way to improve your communication skills is by exposing yourself to literature. Benefit number 7, literature promotes culture. One of the students here talked about culture. Literature promotes culture. For example, read Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. You will see the Igbo culture. Read The African Child by Kamara Lai. You will see the culture of the people of Guinea. Read Magana Jariche by Abubakar Imam. You will see the Hausa culture. And read Aliyu Kamal also. All the novels of Aliyu Kamal, all of them are about Hausa culture and Hausa environment. Watch the movie In Search of the King, directed by Balarabe Murtala Baharu. You will see Hausa culture. There are 3 towns in that movie. First, we have Tumashe, we have Gwarida, and we have Salbana. In all these towns, in Search of the King, you will see the real culture of Hausa people. So if you have not watched the movie In Search of the King, do that now. It's on YouTube. Benefit number 8, Literature promotes religion and morality. It promotes religion and morality. We see this in the works of Aliyu Kamal again. Aliyu Kamal claims that he writes Islamic novels. In his novels, he promotes Islam. There is another writer from Indonesia called Habibur Rahman. Habibur Rahman also writes Islamic novels. He promotes Islam. He uses novels as a tool of promoting Islam. And when you read a novel called The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan, you will see that in the novel, he promotes Christianity. So we use literature as a tool of promoting religion and morality. Benefit number 9, quickly. Literature preserves history. It preserves history. Read War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. He's a Russian writer. When you read it, you will see that history has been represented. Because before he wrote the novel, he had to read a lot of history. He had to do a lot of research. And the novel is a combination of fiction and reality. It's about Napoleonic Wars. We all know Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor. He wanted to conquer the whole Europe. And also A Tale of Two Cities, another novel by Charles Dickens. A Tale of Two Cities is about the French Revolution. When we read history, we will come across the French Revolution. So A Tale of Two Cities captures the French Revolution perfectly. So in that case, it preserves history. And then Pull of Fate. Pull of Fate is an autobiography of Malam Magaji Dambata. When you read it, you will see the history of Nigeria vividly and graphically. For example, if you want to know about the civil war, somebody asked me about the text that he should read in order to know a lot about Nigerian civil war. When you read Pull of Fate by Magaji Dambata, you will see exactly how the Nigerian civil war Biafra happened. So in that case, literature also preserves history. And then benefit number 10, literature entertains people. Needless to say, it entertains people. If you are stressed, if you are tired, if you are exhausted, if you are depressed, you turn to literature for entertainment. It serves as a form of escapism. Okay? You can watch a movie, you can pick up a novel and read, you can listen to a piece of music, etc., etc. Benefit number 11, remember we have only 12 benefits here, but the benefits are too numerous to count. Literature promotes justice. It promotes justice. For example, Ken Saro-Wiwa, a Nigerian writer, used literature to promote justice. He used one of his texts called A Month and a Day, it's a detention diary, to draw the attention of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the plights and difficulties of the people of Niger Delta. And South African writers, black writers in South Africa, use literature as a tool for fighting against injustice. Writers such as Alex Laguma in South Africa, and Peter Abrahams and Louis Nkosi. All these are black South African writers. They use literature as a tool for fighting against injustice in South Africa. We know what happened in South Africa, apartheid. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years because black people were discriminated against. Black people were subjugated. Black people were oppressed. So they used literature in order to liberate themselves. And finally, literature promotes peace and tolerance. It promotes peace and tolerance. Nigeria is a multicultural society. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic society. So if we expose ourselves to literature, we will be able to appreciate our differences. We will be able to be accommodating. to be tolerant of one another. Because you can't live in peace and harmony if you don't appreciate your differences. The Shadow of Imana is a book about the Rwandan genocide. We know there was a genocide in Rwanda in 1994. About 1 million people were killed. Hutus killed Tutsis. After the genocide, a writer by the name of Veronique Taju went to Kigali and captured what happened exactly. And we have a book now, The Shadow of Imana. It's a novel. And in the end, it shows that Hutus and Tutsis should live in peace and harmony with one another. When you go to Kigali now, when you go to Rwanda, it's prohibited, it's an offense to identify yourself as Hutu or Tutsi. And when you see the cover of the book, you see that there is a child who is a Tutsi and there is another one who is a Hutu, shaking hands. Meaning, despite all that had happened, there should be peace and harmony in the country. There is also a movie in that regard called Sometime in April. When you watch Sometime in April, it's also about Rwandan genocide. It captures what really happened in Rwanda. But again, in the end, it shows that for peace to reign in Rwanda, Hutus and Tutsis have to come together. We are running out of time. We have to stop here. In conclusion, I will say this. If you want to be a great scholar, if you want to be a great lawyer, if you want to be a great politician, if you want to be cosmopolitan, if you want to be civilized, if you want to be edified, if you want to be refined, if you want to be a man of letters, if you want to be a polymath, if you want to be an all-rounder, then dive into the ocean of literature and swim in it with the passion and relish and enthusiasm. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope that this event will be annual.
You've listened to a lecture by Kabiru Musa Jammaje during a graduation dinner organized by Assad English Academy last Monday. Before we go, please get ready for another speech by the same speaker. It is an extract from the speech he delivered on the Jammaje Day.
I would like to mention the following facts. Fact number 1, we have registered Jammaje College of Arts and Social Sciences. And it is a diploma awarding institution, but online. We will start awarding diploma in many courses online, which means you can have a diploma wherever you are on earth, online. And very soon, in 2023, I think in June, we're going to start with 2 courses. A diploma in English and a diploma in mass communication. Later, there will be a diploma in law, a diploma in public admin, a diploma in filmmaking, a diploma in Number 2, the application is called Jammaje Press. It's an online application. You can download it from Play Store. It contains all the 20 books that Kabiru Musa Jammaje has written. And not only books that have been written by Kabiru Musa Jammaje, but also by other writers. It's called Jammaje Press. That's the name of the application. We wanted to launch it today, but due to some logistical problems, we couldn't. So we apologize to you for that, but it's going to be launched at a later date. I think in April, inshallah, it will be launched, which means you can have access to all the books that I have written through that application. Fact number 3, the YouTube channel. Malam Abba, the MC, has mentioned that I have a YouTube channel named Kabiru Musa Jammaje. Please subscribe to it, Kabiru Musa Jammaje. The previous editions of my program, Book Time, are there. Films by Jammaje Productions, and many other important things. This gathering, for example, is going to be there. So if you want to watch videos of this gathering, go there. Kabiru Musa Jammaje. You can subscribe now. We are present on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, you will see a page called Jammaje Academy International. Jammaje Academy International. It's our official page. Please join that group. Jammaje Academy International on Facebook. Join it as soon as possible. Then, finally, this is an annual event. This is the maiden edition, you can see it. And we hope that it will continue to take place. Next year is going to take place in Kano, inshallah. And perhaps the year after next, Kaduna, Abuja, and so on. Abale, the ambassador, thank you so much. He's now our ambassador. And he's going to help us in promoting Jammaje Academy to a higher level, inshallah. Because we need a lot of promotions, a lot of adverts. This is a journey for the promotion of literacy in northern Nigeria. We want to rescue northern Nigeria, not only northern Nigeria, but also Nigeria at large. In Lagos, we're going to establish 3 branches at one. And then there will be another branch in Maradi. My elder brother, Malin Yusuf, is there studying, and he is struggling to establish a branch of Jammaje English Academy there, and also in Jamena in Chad. Yes, and perhaps later, we're going to establish another branch in London. Oh, seriously? Because they need it also. Especially grammar and usage. Yes. Yes, in London, I saw many people, many native speakers of English who don't know how to use tenses, how to use punctuations, and so on and so forth. We need to go to London and establish a class there, inshallah. In the end, we appreciate the efforts of all the teachers, the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff of Jammaje English classes, and the coordinators across northern Nigeria, or across the nation. Thank you very much. Magana Badata Kariba.
Dear listener, you've listened to 2 speeches by Kabiru Musa Jammaje, delivered on 2 different occasions. And this is our stopping point. On behalf of the management of Vision FM, the producer Adam Muhammad Lawans, and the editor Samini Sise, I am Kabiru Musa Jammaje saying, God bless.